mynews.studio.
In Ukraine, people are tending gardens even while artillery shells land nearby. Meanwhile, in London, food is being grown on city rooftops. The question is, how far can grassroots growers go in reclaiming land and building resilience?
Today is October 15th, 2025. We're starting with a story that reaches from conflict zones to city neighborhoods. We're looking at how ordinary people, sometimes called land defenders, are reclaiming unused or damaged land and turning it into productive gardens. Why do you think this is happening in so many places right now?
It's a mix of factors: food insecurity, climate change, and a drive for local empowerment. When supply chains break down or institutions fall short, communities step in. Take Ukraine. People are planting permaculture gardens even as bombs fall. It's not just about growing food. It's about holding on to hope.
But it's not only in places facing conflict, right? What's the situation in urban centers like London?
London faces a different challenge. Space is at a premium, so groups there are turning to vertical farming and rooftop gardens. For instance, an organization called Lion is guiding marginalized communities to transform green spaces. It's about more than just increasing harvests. It's about strengthening social bonds. Would you say cities are rethinking how they approach food security?
It does seem that way. In rural places like Zambia, there's been a return to traditional cooperative farming. Mugove Walter Nyaka's Ubuntu Learning Trust, for example, has revived older methods, boosting both production and community ties. Why do you think traditional approaches are resurfacing now?
Because they fit local contexts. Industrial agriculture doesn't always work everywhere. In Zambia, for example, cooperative models line up with local needs and available resources. There's also a cultural aspect. It's about reclaiming both land and heritage.
And what about the obstacles? These groups face more than just environmental issues. There's government resistance, land rights disputes, and sometimes not enough resources. How do they manage to keep going?
They use a range of strategies. Community engagement and education are foundational. They win support by showing clear benefits of local agriculture. Partnerships with other organizations, and occasionally government agencies, provide legal backing or resources. Advocacy efforts also matter, pushing for laws to secure land rights.
Some groups are also moving toward cooperative ownership, right? That way, the community collectively owns the land and can keep outside developers away.
Yes, exactly. It helps ensure the land remains with those who work it, not just now, but for future generations. There's a real sense of stewardship.
The personal stories really stand out. In Ukraine, Anastasia Volkova has led garden projects in war zones, offering more than just food. In Zambia, it's about reconnecting with heritage. In London, it's about turning abandoned lots into community assets. Are these isolated cases, or is this the sign of a broader shift?
It's part of a larger movement. The common thread is resilience, adapting to whatever comes, whether that's conflict, poverty, or climate change. What makes this relevant everywhere is how adaptable these strategies are. They're practical, not just inspiring.
So what does this mean for the future of food security and climate adaptation? Are solutions from the ground up starting to become more mainstream?
These grassroots solutions are gaining more recognition. International organizations are noticing. But the real strength is in local expertise and action. It's a bottom-up approach that adds to, rather than replaces, bigger systems.
So whether it's rebuilding during conflict or transforming city spaces, the core idea is that people are taking charge of their food systems and their futures.
And as we've discussed, that could mean planting seeds in bomb craters or growing vegetables on rooftops. It's about reclaiming land and agency.
That brings us right back to where we started. In war zones, in cities, in rural fields, grassroots growers are showing that resilience can be cultivated, just like any crop.
Thank you for joining us to explore how land reclamation is reshaping communities. These stories show that solutions often begin close to home.
Thank you for listening. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Try it now for free.